Hello once again, YouTube. Sorry for the technical problems. The internet is just a total joke. So where we left off with Raw, we left off with uh, it was the cruiserweight match. Ali's just been pinned by TJP. Really, really good match. Obviously, 205 live. It was great to see 205 live on Raw. Really kind of random. This is obviously part two. We are obviously watching WWE Raw 5th of June 2017. It's been a really fun show so far. Really kind of enjoyed kind of the comments as well. So let's kind of go forward and play the show then. Let's carry on with where we left off. Okay, so let's look at this then. It's just interesting to see Ali losing. Like Ali losing to sort of back in 2017 is kind of no different to now. But yeah, big with TJP. I think TJP's best work. C Nation Dog, glad you're back. Thank you for coming back, C Nation Dog. Sorry for the problems. Glad to have you back as well. It's great to have some company on the live stream. Oh, there's been some fireworks. Neville. It was like a pyro from Neville. But no, the internet's just so frustrating. Particularly it doesn't work. I don't know kind of what happened. But so this one, Jonesy Touch Wrestling, one-time Callisto, Enzo Amore, main event Raw for Cruiserweight Champion. No joke. Wow. You wouldn't see sort of Cruiserweight's main event now, would you, probably? It looks like Pac and TJP are going to have a square stare down or a dueling promo or something here. But no, thank you for coming back to the live stream. Pac says he spoke to Kurt Angle. Neville says he's the king of cruiserweights. He's not a miracle worker. I'm afraid, TJP, I have some unfortunate news. Yeah, some bad news for TJP. Let's see what the bad news is, that's for sure. He's going to attack him from behind, isn't he? Blatantly. Yeah, here we go. Neville, yep, right from behind, attacked TJP. That was always going to kind of happen. It's so weird to see Neville in 2017. This is a guy that's the WWE Cruiserweight Champion. This is a guy that challenged for the AW World Title on Sunday's Double or Nothing. So how the company's booked these people differently, isn't it? Just nuts. Yeah, Neville's just absolutely destroying kind of TJP. He's just kind of doing a massive promo. She lost some of her viewers. Yeah, it is a shame, but I can't expect people, particularly the time of watching and stuff like these guys over in the States, it must be like really, really early. It's one of the things. I appreciate all the views and people that did watch. People come back, they come back. If not, I'm grateful for what they did. It's not as I said, it's not their fault. The internet cut out. It's not my fault. The internet cut out. It's a bit annoying, but it should make the best of it, I guess. Jonesy Touch Wrestling, what is the point of NXT UK? The point of that is to house talent cheaply, like get United Kingdom talent, get the best of United Kingdom's wrestlers, and basically source them in one place just to stop them going to other companies. So we've got the Raw Women's title match coming later. Nia Jax, Alexa Bliss. Oh, Shatter Genius Productions. This is a very vintage Goldust Vignette, it looks like. This looks interesting. West Coast Popcast. It's past 1 p.m. Got to head to bed. Thanks for keeping me occupied tonight, Jonesy. No problem, Zach. Sorry we lost you, but thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your comments. And yeah, really appreciate it. I hope you have a good rest of the evening. And yeah, thank you for taking the time to come on and leave some comments. But I'll see you again. Thank you so much, bud. Really appreciate it. Oh, this looks like it's a strong Vignette from Goldust. Wow, I didn't realize he was doing this type of 96 gimmick in 2017. Always missing Marlena. It's just one big jungle game. Oh. Yeah, with that one, what is the point of NXT UK? We did answer that. I don't know if you missed it, if the internet went or not. It's just basically to house wrestlers, the best of the United Kingdom's wrestlers, stop them going to other companies. And that's kind of it. That's the only hope. They're hoping they get the next Dynamite Kid, the next British Bulldog out of that, if that makes sense. That's what they're kind of hoping to get by getting these NXT UK wrestlers. It's a shame, really. I'd love to see them do something with NXT UK because you've got Walter on there, you've got Dragunov, you've got Kaylee Ray, you've got quite a few talented wrestlers. This is a really random Vignette for Goldust, that's for sure. Yeah. Apparently the Golden Age is back. Yeah, I don't know what the purpose of that promo was. It's very much like a Bray Wyatt promo, isn't it? Oh, we got Dana Brooke, Mickie James, and Sasha Banks. Well, I didn't realize Dana Brooke was in wrestling in 2017. Alexa's there as well. Alexa squaring down Sasha. Alexa's just done this mannerism.
Wait, guys, please come back, please.
Here we go.
Let's chat. You guys don't like me. I get it.
Alexa's talking to Mickie James and Dana Brooke.
I mean, aren't you guys insulted that Nia's just cutting the line and getting a championship match tonight? I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'm doing
She's basically putting doubt into their heads to wind them up that Nia Jax's getting the shot when they're not.
so much this year.
Definitely.
Why does Nia deserve a chance before you?
She's gone to Dana Brooke, says that you've done so much more than Nia this year. It's the same with Mickie James. They're saying Mickie James is a trailblazer, which she is.
Model to this division. I can't even imagine how much that's eating you up inside. Ladies,
See, Jonesy chat. There's a rumor Sasha Banks is going to get released. No, I don't think so. I can't see it. She's so marketable with the Star Wars stuff. No, definitely not. She won't get released. I'd have thought. I'd be absolutely shocked. No, definitely not. No, I think that's whether you've heard that. I would question that. That's probably not. Can't see them doing that. That'd be crazy.
oh, and in fact, you know what? I think
There's so much money to be made in this Bianca Belair Sasha program that's going to happen eventually as well. They're basically so. Dana Brooke and Mickie James have said Alexa Bliss has got to beat Nia on her own. Nia looks really kind of devastated. We're back to the commentators again. But this has been a really, really good Raw show so far. I've really kind of enjoyed it, like compared to that. Go into your comments, C Nation Dog, Jones Chats Wrestling. How comes there's no NXT Japan and so on? Or how comes, because at the moment, I think with a lot of that's due to coronavirus. They want to limit what they're doing, but it wouldn't surprise me if they do that global expansion. Kurt Angle's just said to Corey Graves, you must come with me now. And Kurt Angle's got the phone again. This is the dreaded phone that's on Monday Night Raw still in 2021. And he's showing him a text. Interesting to see what the text is. Booker T and Michael Cole look like what's going on, basically. Definitely. We'll just see kind of what happens here. But yeah, this has been a good Raw so far. So we've got less than an hour left, which is pretty good. And as I said, the comments have been great. CNH Dog really appreciate comments and checking it out. Same West Coast Pop and all the other comments. It really makes it worthwhile. And if the watch-alongs do prove popular, I'll definitely look to do more. Oh, something's going on. Callisto's coming out. Ooh. Yeah. Fun hyper entrance. It's a cross between sort of. It's almost like No Way Jose, the entrance a little bit, but it's fun. Definitely. Why is NXT not called NXT America? Because they just want NXT America, like NXT to be like the American version, just to be the main one. It's the main focus. If they do NXT America, they don't want to sort of limit it just to America because they want to be able to sprint NXT across the world as a touring brand. That makes sense. So say they take the real NXT roster, say the coronavirus goes and stuff like that, and they want to take, I don't know, Karrion Kross, Johnny Gargano, and a load of wrestlers on tour. Like sort of stadium shows, they wouldn't want to broadcast it as NXT America, it'd just be known as NXT. There is a flashback from Extreme Rules here at this point. It does show sort of Apollo Crews basically losing a match to Kalisto because Titus O'Neil basically got involved and distracted him inadvertently. It's great to see Apollo Crews here in 2017. He's another one that's still with WWE, which is great to see. He's doing some great stuff as the United States champion. The Continental champion. Sorry, that's correct. Kalisto's in action next. This should be really fun. It's up next. Got Kurt Angle with a phone again. Kurt Angle said the conversation with Corey Graves is a fight now. Kurt Angle looks panicked. He's gone out the back. He looks absolutely panicked. I like this mystery and intrigue they're building. At least it's something to do there. Oh, a hand's come through the door. Who have we got? Dean Ambrose. He's back in the building. I know how to improve Raw, not have rematches. I agree. The rematches are okay, are a bit much. I think they're like a storylines and just they do stuff like they have these odd cameos for 1 week of wrestlers. Like they bring Jinder Mahal back for 1 week and then they don't do anything. You know what I mean? How can you get invested in anybody if they're not there week on week? Cena Nation Dog, Jonesy Chats Wrestling, also not have so many disqualifications. Agreed. So we've got Titus O'Neil out here. He's with Apollo. So it's going to be Titus O'Neil facing Kalisto. This match, I dread this match. This won't be a very good match. This is just going to be a bit of a waste of time. This is the lull of Raw, I think, at the moment. Okay, let's say Saturday, August 19th, Brooklyn, November. Takeover New York. Sounds good. Yeah. This should be interesting. So you've got a cruiserweight facing sort of a heavyweight in Titus O'Neil. It's interesting to see what happens. But let's see what's going on here. This is a rematch. So we're talking about rematches. This is a rematch apparently from last week, basically. It should be good. This match, I think, will be squash. It's just it seems just strange to have Kalisto there against Titus O'Neil. Really, what a mismatch. That's for sure. Definitely. Hopefully, this should be better than that. Coach Wrestling. They also had Jinder Mahal beat Jeff Hardy 2 times in a Raw main event. That's the thing with it. They're just, as I said, they bring this stuff in. The worst one of all for me this year is C-Nation Dog is the one where we had that film with Alexa Bliss at WrestleMania where she distracts the Fiend. Is a new character almost. Then there's no mention of it. There's no mention of why she did it. There's no reason why mention of the Fiend or anything of why she turned on the Fiend. It's just a new character with no explanation. It's just so lazy. Joe Chat's Wrestling SmackDown writers should write Raw too. Do you know they're actually the same writers? Apparently, it's the same writing team. It just shows the there's just too much time. Kalisto just got a fluke win over Titus, and Apollo's laughing at Titus now. Okay, so this was a nothing match. This was my lure. This was my point of Raw where we've seen the numerous rematches. Basically, this match of Raw was not very good. Yeah, this kind of nobody really cares at this point. To be fair, but yeah, no. So Titus O'Neil's just lost to Kalisto, and it was, so basically the way it happened, it was basically Titus O'Neil was pinning Kalisto, and he rolled over and got the pin. Jones Chat's Wrestling, in fact, WWE do a lot of stuff where they don't tell stuff happen. Trouble is, if you're making it up as you go along, it's no wonder really. They haven't got any long-term plans, which is the problem. But this Raw so far, besides this match, has been really, really good. The best thing so far has been Samoa Joe and Paul Heyman, though. That was incredible earlier. Josie Chat's Wrestling. Maybe Vince McMahon does it on purpose because he wants SmackDown to be better because Roman Reigns on the show. I just don't think they earn that much money. Just don't care about the quality of the show. Don't care about ratings. We've got The Miz and Maurice. It's apparently The Miz's title celebration. Miz has just kind of looked at a wrestler laid out. Who's that's laid out? Let me guess. This could be Enzo again, isn't it? Somebody's been laid out. They've got a load of stuff on them. Who is it that's been laid out? The referee's called for more help. Somebody's been attacked from behind. Let's see who it is. Let's see who the attack is there, basically. We've got Enzo there. Enzo's there. It's basically Big Kaz has been taken out, and Enzo's there this time. Interesting. We all know kind of where this segment went eventually, but it was a great twist to try and do that. But so obviously for weeks and weeks, Enzo's been the one getting attacked from behind. No one knows who it is. This week it's Kaz that gets attacked. You just see him laid out as well. Teenage Dog, Jones Chat's Wrestling sucks. They ruined the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. Unfortunately, so they ruin a lot of things. Unfortunately, there is some great wrestlers. The only thing they've done right, really, since lockdown or since the COVID, has been Roman Reigns. That's been incredible. But it's just a shame, really. I think in ring, there's some great in ring matches, just a lack of storylines and reason to watch. Really, there's no real mystery. Like at least this is a mysterious angle they got going on this Raw with Kaz and Enzo. At least there's a question mark. At least there's a reason to watch every week instead of just seeing the same thing again and again. Jonesy Chat's Wrestling. The Fiend Bray Wyatt losing to Randy Orton twice sucks. Yeah, the WrestleMania loss I think was kind of Bray's own doing. In that case, I think that's kind of the reason why they did that. But no, definitely. So we've got Enzo and Kaz there. Enzo basically says they've got a match. Kaz has obviously been taken out, supposedly. Yeah, as we were saying, so the Fiend Bray Wyatt losing to Randy Orton twice, C Nation Dog. The reason why that happened was Bray knew he was going to be off TV for some time, so they went into autopilot really just to get Bray off TV. That's the reason why he lost that match. But Fiend should have beat Orton at WrestleMania. But Orton's done some great work with Matt Riddle since, so I think the RK Bray thing's good. It looks like Enzo's going to be a handicap match based on this. Oh, we've got another announcement for Great Balls of Fire. As we said earlier in the stream, the worst pay-per-view name ever. Sponsored by Rocket League. C Nation Dog. Jonesy Chat's Wrestling. Did you know Seth Rollins is a 3-time double champion 2015, WWE US champion 2018, IC and Raw Tag Team champion, and 2019 Universal Raw Tag Team champion? No, I didn't. That just shows you Seth Rollins on his day he's still a fantastic worker. This guy could be like a modern day version of Shawn Michaels. He's that good. But no, I didn't know that. Just shows you how far he's fallen when he's in this silly gimmick suits now on SmackDown every week. We've got Maurice out there saying it's going to be the biggest celebration in WWE history. There's loads of champagne and stuff. There's loads of balloons. There's a bear saying congratulations. Someone's got to be in that bear, haven't they? Surely. We know how this is going to go. 100%. It's obvious who's in the bear. It's so obvious now, but this is going to be a fun segment to see how it plays out. This is when The Miz had his fantastic entrance, quiet on the set. Let's see if he gets a reaction. There's not much of a reaction to The Miz, to be fair, because he's the Intercontinental Champion. Yeah, it's a shame with The Miz. The Miz obviously had the Universal title, not the Universal, he had the World title, Raw World title earlier in the year, obviously when he won the Elimination Chamber, but got injured. And the fans just don't buy into him, really. I think the thing with it, he needs to be even more arrogant, really, as a heel, I think, to do anything. So this is a flashback to the night before Extreme Rules. We've got The Miz and Jon Moxley there, or Dean Ambrose, basically. Going to the comments here. C Nation, Jonesy Chestnut, I know why Seth Rollins wears those weird suits, because Becky makes him, because she's the man. Yeah, maybe. I guess so. So Maurice basically got removed from the match at Extreme Rules. Let's see what kind of happens now with this. So basically, it looks like obviously the match there was some confusion in the match, and then The Miz beat Dean Ambrose to win the Intercontinental title, basically 7th time champion at this point. We know that it's so obvious. The bunny in the corner has got to be Dean Ambrose under the. You just know it, didn't you? Let's be fair. It's funny though. Funny how it plays out. How long have we got left of this? So we're on 1 hour 26 minutes. It's been all right. What, hour and 26 minutes? This bit's a bit dull at the moment though. Just get on with the promo, Miz. Come on. It's the crowd noise. You deserve it. Come, sarcasm.
Would mean so much more if you didn't do it to every single superstar that won a new crown in the WWE.
What a one-liner. The Miz just said that chant of "you deserve it" would mean something if you didn't do it to every single superstar who won a belt. This is what The Miz needs to be like. This heel heat. This is really, really good. Yeah, I love the arrogance. This is very MJF like, this type of promo at the moment. It's very obviously MJF would be a lot more sort of rude, probably. Teenage Johnny Chestnut in WWE's ruined Seth Rollins because he's not won a feud. The Messiah embraced the Vision character. Ever since Fiend and Seth had that Hell in a Cell match where Seth was crying in the ring, he's never been the same, in all honesty. He lost all his Fonz factor, cool factor, everything went in that match where he was crying in the ring with the Fiend. he's never kind of recovered. Obviously, went away for ages, and he came back this year on SmackDown. They should have brought him back as a babyface. That was the time to reboot him. Instead, they brought him back to do basically the same character again, give him his entrance theme back. But in ring, he's fine. But the fans just don't really care. The Miz has got a glass of champagne. Maurice has got a glass of champagne. Looks like the title's over his shoulder. He's proposing a toast.
To me, may the world never know a time where I am not the Intercontinental Champion.
He's saying, may the world never know a time when he's not the Intercontinental Champion.
And to my wife, you have outdone yourself. Balloons, champagne, a dancing bear.
You've outdone yourself, Maurice. The dancing bear, he said.
Now the comeback tour has a
Josie Chat's Wrestling. Do you think Seth Rollins will ever be the SmackDown Tag Team Champion? Because he does. He basically done everything in the main roster. Yeah, probably eventually. They're finished. They've got a shortage of tag teams. So, yeah, it's a good shout, maybe. Yeah, I'd have thought eventually would be. I thought Seth Rollins and Murphy would have got it before he got released. And they stopped that angle.
I didn't get the bear.
They've now figured out that neither one of them got the bear.
I mean, you didn't get the bear.
And Miz says to Maurice, what do you mean I didn't get the bear? This is what we said. This is just clever, basic booking. Like you just see it sort of a mile away what's going to happen. But this is fun. The Miz just threw a glass of champagne over the bear, and he's just beating up this bear now. Skull crushing finale on the bear. I'm guessing it wasn't Ambrose. So who's under the mask then? He's just done a skull crushing finale, which I would have thought would have been a payoff, unless Ambrose is going to attack him from behind. Miz has got the microphone. He's going to unmask the bear. Ladies and gentlemen.
I present to you your former Intercontinental Champion, Dean.
He says John Moxley. No, it's not. It's somebody else in the bear costume. That was really good. That was clever. I didn't see that coming. Wow. That was clever.
Well, kid, at least you can say you were beat up by the Intercontinental Champion, so.
Miz just thrown the local talent out the room, basically. It looks like Ethan Page, the guy does. I don't think it is him, though. Celebration continues, apparently. Jonesy Chat's Wrestling. Seth Rollins going the SmackDown Tag Team Championship with Roman Reigns. It would be like a modern day version of the Power Trip of Triple H and Steve Austin if it happened. I don't think it should because you can't get the belt off Roman Reigns if you get the tag belt. He doesn't lose matches generally. So a package has just come out in gold ribbon delivered. It's quite a big one. It's got like a red bow on it. Looks like something that Mick Foley would have stepped out of in Smoking Out in wrestling or something like that. It looks like sort of blatantly somebody's in there. You got to do this. So the Miz has got a chair ready. He's got an idea that something's in the package. Oh, so Miz has just smashed the chair. And Maurice is telling him to stop it. And Miz has just done a full-on spear. Roman Reigns will be proud of the box, and he's just smashing it with a chair now. This is hilarious. Oh, yes. The Miz just done an elbow drop, a flying elbow drop in a cardboard box. This is hilarious. It's hilarious for all the wrong reasons. This wouldn't be out of place on Raw today, to be fair. 2021. Maurice said it's a gift from me. It was a clock. Miz has broke the clock. It was like a grandfather clock. Oh no, Miz, you'll be in trouble. It was a grandfather clock. It's timeless. Oh, what a shame. There you go. What a joke. This is hilarious. This segment is hilarious. This is almost as bad as when the Miz was rolling around in his underwear fighting Damian Priest after WrestleMania. Maurice slapped in, the Miz is walking away. I'm amazed they didn't do Dean Ambrose in either one of them spots. Credit to WWE. It's original. It's different. I got it wrong. It shows you. So if you'd have thought they would have got him either in the bunny costume or in the package. Miz is speaking French. All we need now is hey hip hop bunny to stop playing now, and that'll be the end of the segment. It'd be like watching a Raw from 2021. But no, this was okay. This was a good segment, basically. Miz says he's going to get Ambrose, basically. Let's go to the comments. We've got a good one here from Josie Chat's Wrestling. WWE can have Seth Rollins get pinned. I guess they could if they want to do that. Roman Reigns doesn't really wrestle matches apart from pay-per-views. He's on every show, like every SmackDown, but the lack of matches he has, he's like an attraction, so you're only really going to see him in a match on a pay-per-view. So if you put Seth with somebody else, so say you call up somebody from NXT, I don't know, say you call up an Adam Cole or somebody, hypothetically speaking, not that it would ever happen, and you put Adam Cole and Seth Rollins, that would be a good tag team, for example. Or if you move somebody across, so say you move, there's a cameraman behind The Miz, and it's Dean Moxley. This is clever. Very, very good. Miz doesn't realise. Miz is going to get absolutely clobbered, isn't he? This is really, really good. Miz is turning around now. Dirty Deeds. Nice. Nice end of the segment. Jonesy Touch Wrestling. Remember Seth Rollins' gimmick is Embrace the Vision so he can get a young guy and win the SmackDown Tag Team Championship? Yeah, he could. Yeah, he could potentially do that. That would be something different to do. That's for sure. Would be something different to do. That wasn't a bad segment, was it? So that was fairly good. The payoff was obviously what we thought, that Dean Ambrose would attack The Miz. The way he did it was really, really good. The Miz, if anybody's watching this on demand, go back and watch the whole way that Miz puts more energy into the elbow drop than he has done wrestling on Raw recently. I'm not obviously been injured on Raw, but like the amount of sort of effort that's went into the elbow drops comedy. Jonesy Touch Wrestling. Speaking of John Moxley, John Moxley and Eddie Kingston should have won the AEW Tag Team Champions. The Young Bucks are overrated. That's questionable. I'd say the Young Bucks are really, really good. They are really talented. I think John Moxley, I'm surprised he's in a tag team role because he was a very big singles addition to AEW. Young Bucks probably aren't going to lose the belt for a while, but I thought that was a really good match. But I'd be surprised if Moxley and Kingston were tag team champions. I think it's a waste of Moxley, but both of them are really good. We've got Enzo backstage warming up, ready for his handicap match now. Definitely. But no, seeing H-Star, I really appreciate being here for the whole stream. It's been really, really good. Definitely. So we've got another hype video for the Money in the Bank briefcase. It's like they've got like a Celtic type theme to this, if that makes sense. Just waiting for this one now. This 2017 Raw hasn't been too bad, actually. Jonesy Touch Wrestling, no problem. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's been good to watch this Raw. It's been good to sort of have a chat and watch this Raw as well. So 1 hour 35 minutes so far. So we're on the home straight with this Raw. It's been all right so far. There's only been one or two bad bits, but most of it's been really, really good. It feels far more fresh than normal Raw. So as we said, Money in the Bank is 2 weeks away. Said that earlier in the stream. So another Virginia for that one. Go to the network, sign up, get your 30-day trial. Those are the days. We've got Gallows and Anderson there. They're awaiting the entrance of Enzo. Here we go. This is the entrance for Enzo. I bet it was well over then. I used to love the entrance for Enzo and Kaz. Yeah, not so loud. But that's one that WWE dropped the belt on. That was a really hot tag team from NXT that got called up in Enzo and Kaz. And they just never kind of did it. It's kind of the same with a lot of these NXT tag teams they call up. They call up people up from NXT. Oh, here we go. His name's Enzo Amore.
And a bona fide start, and you can't teach that.
Yeah, I love the whole sort of promos. Is it just me, or do Enzo and Kaz, like sort of particularly Enzo, remind you of Road Dogg, basically, and Billy Gunn, the New Age Outlaws? It's very much like 2017's version of New Age Outlaws. Like they've got a catchphrase. Nobody on Raw really has this. A tag team has a catchphrase that people get behind because the tag team division's so disconnected. You've got AJ Styles and Omos there that questionably defend the belts. You have got RK Bro that could be a bit like the New Age Outlaws. That's a fair comment that may happen. They're in the early stages of that, but they need to get a mannerism where Matt Riddle says something every week and the fans, when they're back in the attendance, say that. Enzo says he may have Enzo has a different partner. His partner's apparently 7 foot tall. I wonder if it's going to be Big Kaz. It's the Big Show. Okay. Big Show and Enzo. That'll be an interesting combination. Facing off against Gallows and Anderson. Gallows looks really frustrated. It's really interesting to see what happens. Just as Wrestling, John Moxley can make the AEW Tag Team Champions prestigious with star projects like Kenny Omega and Adam Page. Maybe he could. He's on mega money though, just to be a tag team wrestler. Though. That's the thing. If you look at like the financials, not that it matters in AEW, they're just releasing people, which is really good. CNH Dog, Jonesy Chats Wrestling. WWE had an opportunity in 2016 to make the tag team division great. And again, with all the tag teams they had. Yeah, of course they do have opportunity to do stuff, but this is the thing. The tag team divisions are so unorganized. You've got mismatched teams thrown together, which is a shame. Gone are the days of teams like Legion of Doom, Demolition, the Heart Foundation, stuff like that. New Age Outlaws, Edge and Christian, the Hardy Boys, Dudley Boys. There's so many teams that have been great in time. There's nobody like that on the roster at the moment, unfortunately. We've got the best of it is the Arcade Bro at the moment, I think. I mean, AJ Styles and Omos are a thrown together team. They're there just because AJ Styles can carry Omos in the ring, largely. CNH Dog, why do wrestlers have theme songs? Wrestlers have theme songs ultimately to let you know that they're coming out. That's the first one. The second one is so the fans can get behind it. And three, usually it used to be to help the character, because ultimately if you have theme song, if you had like a mysterious theme song, you know kind of the character's a bit mysterious. And depending on how heavy the theme is, it could indicate that they're a heel or bad babyface, if that makes sense. Enzo just said to Big Show, you joined the Cruiserweight division. Are you joining 205 Live? What is the point of this? Come on, get on with this. This is what I've noticed in this 2017 Raw. It's very much the match. They go to the match, just do a program before the match starts. Which is, I get they've got 3 hours to fill. Or they would have had 3 hours including adverts. The only time he cuts carbs is with a pizza wheel. Oh, a man of my own heart. There you go, definitely. Yeah. Enzo, Big Show's getting annoyed with Enzo. He's going on a bit. So this is Matt. This is Randy Orton to Matt Riddle when Matt Riddle's going on. You can prep the pizza in the oven, apparently. This is ridiculous. Yeah, I don't know what this is. This is just some random spiel about cooking a pizza in an oven. He said that Big Show's a certified giant. Very good play on it. This is the point with this. This is the point where Gallows and Anderson should be attacking from behind. They're not being rude. They should be getting on with this, because this obviously is going to go nowhere. I don't think the Big Show Enzo thing from memory doesn't go anywhere. Big Show's telling Enzo to loosen up. Okay, let's go to the comments. CNH Dogfish comment again. Jonesy Chats Wrestling. With the current tag teams, which one would you choose to have to recreate the Hardys versus Edge and Christian versus Dudley Boys? There's only 2 teams I think that can do that at the moment. The 2 teams that can do that are Arcade Bro. They're the first one. You could say like I'm thinking about like people not being the same brand. You've got to call up people kind of from NXT really to do stuff. So I like MFK quite good. I think they Arcade Bro won. AJ Styles almost kind of maybe. They're not really at that level though, but they are one of the most established teams WWE have got at the moment. You got to go. I think the Street Profits are good. Street Profits and Arcade Bro would be a fun feud if they did it. The crowd responded to the Big Show doing the soft chant. The match is finally starting. Let's see what kind of happens here. We're finally getting on with it now. Yeah, so Michael Cole's hyped the Big Cass was attacked before. I wonder who by. Answers in the comments, so we know who by. He didn't really get attacked. He just took himself out. Oh, yeah, sorry, MSK. Sorry, that's what I meant. You can tell it's still early here. Oh, MSK, yeah. So, Carl Anderson's basically doing like an uppercut. And Enzo's perched in the corner. Carl Anderson missed a big boot. Jonesy Chats Wrestling, MSK were jokes in Impact Wrestling. Glad they're finally getting the moment. I agree. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? Who do you think are better, the Acclaimed or MSK? I love the battle rapping of MSK. Like particularly sort of the raps they do before they come out. They're hilarious. Big Show's just done a clothesline on Gallows. Big Show's so much taller than Gallows. It shocks me. Like Gallows is not a small guy, but Big Show's just totally utterly dwarfs him. Big Show just did a shoulder botch. His mannerism for the choke slam. Oh, here we go. Choke slam, Carl Anderson. Is this a pinfall now? He's tagging in Enzo. He's going to do the rocket launcher. It's going to be a rocket launcher. It's a fantastic tribute to Coco Beware and Owen Hart in High Energy. No, he isn't. So Big Show's basically got Enzo up in a press slam, and he's just going to drop him. He's just thrown him on him. What an awful finish. Enzo and Big Show win against Gallows and Anderson. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this. Gallows and Anderson are just booked like a joke in this promotion. Total like joke. But yeah, this was a joke. You shouldn't be giving a joke team that formed together a win over Gallows and Anderson. This was kind of nothing really. Up next, we've got the Raw Women's title match. This is one that's kind of similar to now. We've got Nia Jax, Alexa Bliss. It's kind of weird to see this back. Obviously, this is when Alexa was a serious wrestler. It should be interesting. So I'm guessing Nia's going to be babyface here. Teenage Dog, Joe Chat's wrestling. The MSK are better than the Acclaimed. Yeah, I'd agree. Probably they are better in ring as well. Joe Chat's wrestling. If WWE have Alexa Bliss and Lily win the Women's Tag Team Champions, it would just prove WWE should retire the Women's Tag Team Championship, and they should do it right now. I think the danger with that, as I said on my Raw stream with SUW, Steve, there's real concern at the moment that there's a good chance that we are going to see Shayna Baszler either get pinned by Lily or join Alexa Bliss and be controlled by kind of the voodoo that's going on. I think the biggest travesty in all this is the longer this nonsense goes on, Alexa's not in the ring. Like, we haven't seen Alexa in the ring in a match in ages. Like, the last match she had was against Randy Orton, where it wasn't even a match, really. Fiend came back. This is a vignette for Alexa Bliss just hyping up sort of her, but then it's gone about America's Navy. I don't really get what that is. Big Show and Enzo are backstage together. They're happy. Enzo's now recovered. Oh, no, Kaz is now recovered. He doesn't look very pleased with Big Show. Kaz. Big Show Enzo says that you've been off for a few weeks. The second Enzo needs a partner, you're there. So Enzo's basically planting seeds that Big Show's the one that's attacking him. This is what you like. This is the integral tease of something that's going on. This is a storyline they've thought out of. They're not just going to do it on 1 week's episode of Raw and drop it. This is a clever storyline. So basically, Enzo is having to choose who he thinks is behind it, basically. There's real tension between Kaz and Show. They look similar height, to be fair, which I'm surprised at. I didn't think Big Kaz was similar height as Big Show, but they look near enough neck and neck, really. Yeah, it's just tension there. This was a really, really good storyline. From memory, the payoff to it was we did get sort of Kaz being the one attacking Enzo, which led to a heel turn for Kaz, but it was really well done. We've just got R-Truth Productions. What the hell is this? This looks random. Oh, R-Truth. It's like almost like a music video of R-Truth. Oh, he looks angry. It's in black and white, and it's a promo of R-Truth. This looks hilarious. This looks absolutely hilarious. Oh. This is when R-Truth was a serious wrestler. He wasn't feuding for the 24/7 title for years. Unbelievable. This is a fun vignette. I remember when R-Truth was Ron the Truth Killings back in TNA. He was a really, really good wrestler. He's always been a really good wrestler. It's just they always give him the comedy gimmicks. I don't even remember when he was K-Quick back in WWF back in the late 90s as well. He wasn't too bad. Okay, WWE have already ruined Shayna Baszler by having Reginald Pinner, probably, but WWE don't care for Shayna Baszler. That's the trouble. Like, Vince McMahon doesn't care for her. Ever since she came up from NXT and she destroyed everybody in the Elimination Chamber, she's never been the same person since. They've never really gone through with it. Joe Chat's wrestling. Reginald should be going for the Women's Championship. He faced me so much. Imagine that. Intergender title, but no, he's only there for the spot, basically. I never understood the Goldust character. It was okay back in the 90s, but then the parent television council got on board with it and they weren't happy with it. Like, and it kind of had to be censored. It had to be kind of taken down. If you're really interested in kind of Goldust and the inner stories of that, I recommend checking out the Bruce Pritchard podcast with Conrad Thompson, Something to Wrestle With. That's an incredible podcast. It's a great archive of information, and they go really into detail with stuff. Really good. We've got another promo for Alexa Bliss, basically. She's moaning she's going to have this match. She says she's the goddess. I think the only way you get her out of this stupidity that she's in at the moment is that she's been under a spell by somebody else, like the Fiend's put her under a spell. Then when she snaps out of this, she's then the goddess again, maybe. This is Nia Jax's entrance. God, this would be scary. Yeah, there's Nia Jax there. She looks like she don't want to be there. All that's missing is Reginald dancing around like a prat. Yeah, Nia's playing heel, which is interesting. So they're going to have two heels against each other. Nia looks like she don't want to be there. Why does Alexa Bliss always wear a dressing when she wrestles? I'm not too sure. I guess maybe it's just part of the character and stuff. I always thought Alexa Bliss, the original story arc for her, was she's meant to be like Harley Quinn. WWE wanted a version of Harley Quinn. They couldn't call her Harley Quinn because of obviously Marvel and that lot and whoever owns Batman and stuff. We've got this next one. There's two heels against each other. It's been interesting. Yeah, Alexa, like Nia, really doesn't look like she wants to be there, which is interesting. They're going about Money in the Bank now, and it's sponsored by Gold Bond. Oh wow, that's exciting. We need to know that one. Apparently, we're back now. We're on the home straight now to end in this Raw. We're an hour 50 minutes in. Alexa's coming up. See if she gets grab reaction.
She is the Raw Women's Champion, Alexa Bliss.
Hey, listen, Corey, Alexa got herself into this. Promising Nia Jackson an opportunity to her championship.
There's some reaction, but then I don't know whether it's kind of lost, if that makes sense. This should be an interesting match. This is a match I thought we would have seen, like the way the program was going. If you look at the whole thing that's going on now, instead of Shayna, I thought we'd just seen Nia and Alexa be the way they kind of go. But then Nia, as you know, there's questions about her safety in the ring and stuff. So that's maybe why. Teenage Dog, Jonesy Challenge, Nikki Cross thinks beating Charlotte Flair and Tunic beat the Clock Challenge achievement. I could last that long. The achievement is getting booked on Raw. That's the achievement there, Cena Nation Dog. Yeah, it's great to see her back on camera, but I admit it isn't much of an achievement. Most of the match was spent her outside, but I'm just happy to see her on TV. It gets us a spot because there was a good chance, really. I was worried she'd be on the release list, so the fact she's getting time on TV is a positive. The match is starting up. Alexa's basically trying to plead the victim, basically. Oh, interesting. Two people, Mickie James and Dana Brooke, have come out on the rampway. Soon they said they weren't going to sort of come out. Interesting. Well, as I said earlier, I am shocked that Dana Brooke is in WWE in 2017. I can't believe it's that long. Wow. That's nuts. That's absolutely crazy to me. But no, as I said, thank you obviously for tuning in and stuff like that. The comments so far have been really good. Enjoyed your comments. It's been good fun over the stream. As I said, if this proves popular and you're enjoying what you're doing, what I've done, I get some likes on the video. I'll definitely probably look to do some more. I don't know how often I'll do these because of work and stuff, but I've got some free time today, so it's good to get this one done. Nia's just chucked Alexa across the room. So we've got Dana Brooke and Mickie James outside. Yeah, so Nia's just chucking Alexa around like she's a rag doll. WWE really spend all that time into Alexa Bliss, Aleister Black video packages just for him to get released. I feel so for 2K. I agree. It's one of them things with them. They don't know what they're doing. I don't know why they did that whole hype for Aleister Black to release him. Think about Paul Big E. That feud's in the bin now. How are they going to explain that on SmackDown tonight? They won't. They'll just drop it. It's a travesty. But as I said, WWE's loss is AEW's game. It's a real loss to us, though, as fans, because Aleister Black could have been great. The only person that's pulling it for him was Paul Heyman. And that's a shame because he's such a good wrestler. He's fantastic talent. He did some great work on Indies as Tommy End and stuff like that. I just think it's a shame. I won't surprise if he ends up back in WWE eventually, but just to release these people, it just doesn't make any sense, really. That's just how will Big E react? I can't imagine he'd be pleased. It's just a miracle they haven't announced this for a pay-per-view and then released him. I worry about Big E because Big E, obviously, what will he do now? Will he go into mediocrity? Will he do nothing? Because this guy, obviously, he's had this feud previously with Apollo Crews, which was fairly good, which Commander Aziz got involved in. They just need to take Big E up that next gear. I don't know how you do that. That's the thing, because at the moment, this guy's always been around the same level on this one. So just kind of looking at this one now. So Alexa Bliss has got colour on her lips. Alexa Bliss has retained the title by DQ because Mickie James and Dana Brooke pulled her out, and now Alexa's really taunting them at the coward way. She's on her knees. This is great. This is really great heel heat for Alexa. Oh, Dana Brooke and Mickie James are beating her down. Nia Jax is making a save. I get that Nia Jax is angry that they cost her the title. Alexa's getting thrown in the ring. What a mess of a segment. Nia Jax just basically took out Mickie James and Dana Brooke. Running drop kick, running front face kick basically for Alexa to Nia out the ring. This match is just it's been a total waste of time. It never got going. It's basically a typical finish we get on 2021 Raw where it's just a nothing, if that makes sense. It's totally, it doesn't do anything, if that makes sense. I mean, that's the thing with it as well. It's just one of them where we're not doing sort of anything with it. Okay, so Dana Brooke and Mickie James came in to get a cheap shot on Nia Jax, and they're both getting totally utterly destroyed. God, that Samoan bump on Dana Brooke looks brutal even in 2017. I know Big E won't hurt us back in real life, but in Kayfabe, he's probably livid that WWE released Aleister Black. No, not like that. Obviously, he wouldn't hurt in real life. Obviously, nothing like that. But he'd obviously be annoyed because it was his program. But they would just move Big E on to someone else. You got to bear in mind, once Roman does whatever he's doing, Roman hasn't got a match at Hell in a Cell at the moment, so they need a program for Roman. I don't know what it'll be. We've got Paul Heyman with a medic here. Roman Reigns hasn't even got a match at the pay-per-view yet. They've got no natural challenger unless they put him against Jimmy. I think they're going to do Jimmy versus Jay Hell in a Cell and put Roman as the ref, maybe. It's a call on the iPhone. The phones are back again. It says it's Brock. Paul Heyman's looking to the stars like he don't want to have to answer the call, basically. Hi. He's keenly aware of apparently that whatever Brock's telling him. He's telling him what he think. Paul's telling Brock what he think he needs to do. He needs to. Paul's basically saying to Brock he needs to instill fear into Samoa Joe. Nice. Paul Heyman saying Brock needs to show up next week on Raw. That's a nice tease to create something to see on the next episode of Raw, which is nice. It's clever. We should do that more often on Raw. Gives you a real reason to tune in the next week. They're saying they're going to unleash the beast next week when Brock Lesnar turns up on Raw. That's fine. That's a great promo to hype up what's happening next. But Heyman and Samoa Joe so far have been the two best things on the show for me. Very good. Oh, okay. Wow, we've got Samoa Joe, Seth Rollins next. I'm guessing this is going to be the main event. This will be a great match. Wow, the Architect Seth Rollins or Samoa Joe. Number one contender Samoa Joe. This will be a really, really good match. Did you know Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch won the 2019 Royal Rumble 1 month later? They started dating. That's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. This is a music box and it's got WWE. What is this then? We've got loads of retro cars. We've got Enzo and Kaz. Alexa Bliss. So this is something obviously to sell. This is like a diner. This is a WWE Shop Zone promo, but based in a diner. Yeah, just really, really. Oh, it's WWE Shop Zone one, but yeah, really, really kind of random. Oh, okay. That's to hype up Great Balls of Fire. I don't get that. I don't get what a diner is to Great Balls of Fire. That doesn't really work. Disconnects me. Brock Lesnar returns next week. We've got the Vignette there. Oh, we've got the Steel. That makes sense following the work of Samoa Joe taking Paul Heyman out earlier in the show. This is really clever. Like you're hyping up where Brock couldn't be there this week, but you're hyping up that it'll be there next week. It's good. This must be the main event. Samoa Joe's coming out, number one contender. This is going to be a killing match. This will be so good. This will be really good. This should be really, really good. Yeah, Samoa Joe has to go over. Surely he did so good the night before. He has to go over here. Definitely. Wow, this is a dream match. I never even knew this match happened. So this should be really, really good. Hopefully, it gets to go a decent time. Hopefully, there's a clean finish there as well. They're flashing back what happened earlier, which was great with Paul Heyman and Samoa Joe. Definitely. But this has been good. Yeah, highly recommend if you guys aren't watching the Raw with me in live. Obviously, we do see it on demand. Go back and watch a Raw alongside. And just let us know. Let me know in the comments of the video what you think of this Raw. And if there's any other Raws or stuff you may want me to review in future or pay-per-views, I don't really want to be doing 4-hour shows all the time. But if there's anything you want me to review, just drop a comment below, and I will look to try and do it at some point around work and stuff like that. Do I ever think Seth Rollins will win another championship? Yeah, he will win some sort of championship. I'm sure he's a talented guy. What would be fun, not they would ever do that. I'd love to see him go back to NXT. Not they'd do that, though. It'd probably kick up a stink because he's on mega money. But him versus Karrion Kross could be fun. That'd be a fun match if he did it. We'll just wait for Seth Rollins to come out now. Let's see if he gets a pop. And the next comment's brilliant. There we go. Should be the loudest pop of the night. Let's see if it is. Yeah, that's a good pop. But that was a good pop, actually, to be fair. His next comment is probably comment of the day. Jonesy Chess Wrestler, Vince McMahon could be sending W to Disney and Mickey Mouse could beat Roman Reigns to win the Universal Championship in the main event of WrestleMania 38. Can you imagine that? Imagine the uproar. We had zombies the other week. Imagine that, though. Mickey Mouse beats Roman Reigns. Wrestling would break. The internet would break. Definitely. Suck. So frustrating. This should be a good match, though. I can't believe we've nearly been on the stream 50 minutes again. It's gone quick, but thank you, Cena Nation Dog, and everyone else has commented. Or it's just been you, Cena Nation Dog, but thank you for your comments and thank you for West Coast Podcast earlier on. But it's it's good. I'll just see how these live streams work out. Like, I think the time difference is different. I think most of my audience is United States based, which is probably why I don't have like a lot of people viewing at the moment. But it's been good to chat and watch wrestling and review a show really in real time. This will be a really, really good match. This feels like a main event level match. This is basically Lashley versus this is basically Drew versus Kofi, a little bit like that, but I think this would be better than Drew and Kofi in all honesty. Samoa Joe's got to go over, surely. Try to save you being bored. No worries. That's fine. Not a problem. So he's just doing, Samoa Joe's doing chops at the moment, headbutts. And he's basically punching him. Samoa Joe is just brutalizing Seth Rollins with knees and punches at the moment. He's doing a proper beatdown. This should be really, really good. Seth Rollins is fighting back like babyface. He's in Steve Austin's kind of punches, if that makes sense. Definitely. Hurricane Rana by Seth, that was nice. Do I think Drew McIntyre's overrated? No, I think he's a really, really good wrestler. I just think he's being booked wrong. They just book him so much as a babyface that people turn on him. And the way that he's in rematches all the time for the title, like he already lost to Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania. He screwed up the triple threat and didn't win. He should now not be getting another title shot at Hell in a Cell. But that's down to lack of depth. Now they've got rid of Braun as well, unfortunately. They don't have ready-made contenders. They don't have 4 wrestlers they can choose to face Bobby at any time. It's kind of the same on SmackDown as well. That's the trouble. They've not built up anybody, really. What they're relying on is legends coming back, such as John Cena later on in the year, to try and give Roman Reigns competition. For me, I think Bobby's run's gone downhill a bit. I think ever since Bobby and the Hurt Business disbanded, he started using the Godfather's women like every single week. Doesn't really work. He's more interested in women defending the belt. And he doesn't really, there's not the mannerism. So when he lost the other week to Kofi, he wasn't angry that he lost. There was no real, I've lost, I'm going to go crazy. It was just like, I lost. You know what I mean? It's so disappointing. Considering he had a win streak where he'd only lost to Riddle for ages. You know what I mean? Like he'd only lost 1 match before that this year. But they're wrestling outside the ring now. We're on the last 9 minutes now of this show. So this show will be done, and then what I'll do is I'll obviously end the stream. But it's been great to sort of have the interaction the whole way through. Appreciate it. It's been really appreciated. I know how people say Roman Reigns is overrated when Seth Rollins, first WWE champion, reigns longer than all Roman Reigns WWE champion reigns. I agree. I think the difference is though. I can't see Roman Reigns losing. That's the thing. I don't know who's going to lose to. Like, there's no. I don't see him losing. He's not losing the belt to John Cena at SummerSlam. That's for sure. That's not going to happen if they do that. He's that much of a. He's that important. SmackDown title. They haven't built any. There's nobody of his level. Like back in the day, we had The Rock, we had Austin, we had Triple H. We had people that were kind of similar that you could see any one of them win the belt. Whereas now all we've got is Roman. That's it. You did have Drew near enough the same level, but then obviously his booking has just watered him down now. So he's another one that's going to need a lot of work to be rebuilt. They always go to that world to bring in outside wrestlers though when they're struggling. Samoa Joe's doing his punches at this point, and he's doing knees again. Another thing, it's another one I really miss is like when they used to say that you'd get the ring announcer. This is the main event. No one said this is the main event yet, which I'm surprised about. Really, as far as I'm aware. Seth just punched Samoa Joe. He's going the ropes. Oh, he got knocked off the ropes by Joe. He went up to the top rope. Joe's just squashing him. Nice Pele kick from Samoa Joe. That's an AJ Styles move there. I mean, WWE would have Roman Reigns have the W Championship longer, but the fans were booing. I don't know. I don't think the fans were booing unless you get somebody. Nakamura. It's a Nakamura thing here. This must be when Nakamura's on SmackDown. These are teasing Nakamura, Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens and Nakamura. It's going to happen on SmackDown. That'll be the next night. It used to be on a Tuesday night. Interesting. That would be a good match. They come back from this. We've got Seth Rollins down. Samoa Joe's there. Interesting. This is basically a nothing match, isn't it? It's been okay so far, but it's nothing match. Remember times that Ryder got cheered more than The Rock. Yeah, unbelievable. This has been okay. It just hasn't really got heated at the moment. We're doing the punches again from Samoa Joe. Big boot by Seth as Joe runs into it. Seth's on the second rope. He's just got pulled. Oh, that was a nasty bump. So Seth was on the second rope, and Joe just pulled his foot and he landed kind of on his neck on the rim post. Oof. This has went by so fast. Thank you. I'm glad it's gone by so fast. Glad you enjoyed it. It's been great to hear your comments and stuff. Yeah, it's just something different. As I said, it may not have like a massive amount of viewers and stuff, but it's just good to do something like this. I was going to watch I've been meaning to watch a Raw from 17 for a while, but the fact I could do it on my channel and stuff, it's really good. Just interested to see what if we get sort of what the comments will be like after and stuff. But if that is forget comments, I might do. We'll see. Seth is fighting back. This match is so slow so far. Here we go. Atomic drop by Samoa Joe. Big boot by Samoa Joe. Jonesy Chats Wrestling. Get some content on your channel too. Yeah, I probably will do. I will do some. It depends. I just don't want to do loads too much, really. It's quite hard with work and stuff to have time to do content all the time, but I will start trying to do some more. Where is Steve? You talking about NXT Steve or SCW Steve? SCW Steve. I don't know what he's doing. He's probably doing his own thing, but it's fine. It's very early though. Like for a lot of people in the United Kingdom, most people are probably in work. I've got a day off work today, so it's kind of different if that makes sense. But yeah, we have got an armbar there from Samoa Joe on Seth Rollins. We know that Brock's going to be there next week. They just said this match for me. I'm surprised. I thought it'd be an absolute barn burner. They've got some more time to sort of make it. They've got like another few minutes to save it. It's 4:17 a.m. for you. Bloody hell, that's well early. I can't believe you're up that time. Wow. That's insane. Power slam for Samoa Joe. We get a 2 count. This has been okay, but the crowd aren't invested. It just hasn't, as I said, we're not at the races on this one. I definitely think that the Kofi versus Drew match on Raw this week is better than this at the moment. This has been a fairly decent Raw for the majority of it. I wouldn't say it's been nothing too bad. There's been a couple of bits that were questionable, but I've kind of enjoyed what I've seen. Can you do this for Raw and SmackDown every week? I wouldn't bother. No, it just takes too long. Like Raw just takes absolutely forever. SmackDown, maybe, but probably not. I'd much rather just watch a show like the current product and then get my thoughts and do a live stream. Thank you for the suggestion, though. I just wouldn't bother. Like, you're more than welcome to tune into when we do the live videos if you're able to and comment and stuff, and I'll always read your comments and stuff. But yeah, probably not. It's just not viable, really. Like, even on delay, I just think I don't sort of probably wouldn't have time. Like when I watch Raw and stuff, I try and analyze stuff for the show, so I give you guys the best podcast I can when I do it. Like, I just want to give you my honest thoughts and stuff. But I think the product would have to get really, really good for me to want to do it live. Really, that makes sense. SmackDown's not bad. It's just finding the time, really. That was nice. Seth just charged out the ring onto Joe. That was decent. Yeah, they just said Samoa Joe comes up short to Rollins. It could be detrimental. The thing is with it is Samoa Joe can't lose this. This will be a really stupid idea. That's nice. Buff Buster by Seth on Joe. That was a really nice move. But Joe rolls out the ring. That was a really, really nice move. That was good. Is Seth going to go out again? That was nice. Seth just dived for the middle rope on Joe. Jason, do you think I should keep doing Don results during the show and upload it after? Do you think I should do it after the show is over? It depends on what works best for you. You've just got to do something that kind of fits that you enjoy. Seth's just done a clothesline off the top rope. I think the thing with you, you've obviously you're well on the way to 300 subs. You're on far more subs than me. So whatever you're doing is kind of working. You've just got to keep doing what you're doing to the point you enjoy it. Obviously, my experience with YouTube so far, it's been really, really tough. It's really, really hard, as you know, to get subs and likes and stuff. But you will have you do have a select amount of people that will comment and always follow and stuff and say stuff, which is nice. But it's definitely a tough place. But I think in terms of your show, I think you should do it. I think you should just do what you're doing, really. Whatever you're doing seems to be working for you. You will get to them. You will get to that number of subs that you want. Elbow drop from Samoa Joe. This is a Coquina to clutch, is it? Seth reversed it. Lovely sit-down suplex from Seth. 2 count. That's nice. Seth's got some fantastic moves in this match. This match is getting good now. I like to upload it during the show because it gets more views, because more early it gets views. I agree with you. Like, I did a live video the other day, unfortunately, with all the releases that were going on. We did it just as the releases were kind of been announced, and the amount of views we got off that was far more. We normally get. We got a load of people. We never normally get to the channel. It's a shame. It was such sad news, but that's kind of the way. I think if you get the news, get it out there as soon as you can. It's probably better if you can. Obviously, here where we are in England, it's not viable to watch Raw at 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. Like the people that have jobs and stuff, it's not viable. It's not on like it's at 8 o'clock at night. It's on at silly time here in the United Kingdom, generally. Seth going to the top ropes. This match has got good. Seth has made the match for me so far. Like, he's been really, really good. Oh wow, Seth's at the top ropes, and we just had a Bray Wyatt with Jeanette. The lights have gone out. Wow. Seth's looking for Bray. Where is he? Bray isn't even there. I hate that. That annoys me. That's like when they do this Coquina clutch. That's a cheap finish, isn't it? That's horrible. Seth's battling not to tap out. Thank you, C Nation Dog. Yeah, it was nice to get a lot of views. It's a shame it's on such bad news, though. That's the thing. Samoa Joe's just tapped out Seth. That's a great result. That's the right move, WWE. The Bray Wyatt film was a bit of a waste of time. It didn't actually do anything. It was just a clip. Yet Seth was distracted. Guessing this is leading to Bray versus Seth at the pay-per-view. Yeah, kind of thing. But that was an okay match. The right result there. Never really got to the levels I would hope it got to. But Seth was fantastic. I really miss Seth's work like this. Some of the moves were great. The Buckbuster was good. Samoa Joe wins. This has been a good show to get Samoa Joe over, ready for his match at Great Balls of Fire against Brock Lesnar. That's it. We're at kind of the show's about to end now. So next week we've got Brock Lesnar there. But no, that's kind of it from us here at Jonesy Chats Wrestling. I want to thank you all for watching. Thank you all for your comments. And thank you to CNH Dog for checking out the stream. As always, if you can, please drop us a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. And thank you for being with me watching this Raw.